Hey, so I have Brittany here. She's my good friend and my amazing makeup assistant. You've probably seen her on my Instagram. And today I'm gonna give her a glowy makeup makeover.
Yeah, Nikki knows me. I usually go super matte and super full coverage with my foundation. I really like a full beat, overdrawn lips, you know,
Oh yeah,
super full coverage.
Brows, everything. Like she even like pulls up these crazy lashes and only she can do it. But so we're gonna give her a glowy makeover, and it's gonna be something that's totally out of her comfort zone, and I hope she likes it. I hope you like it. So stay tuned. So my first step is going to be, I'm gonna prep Brittany with the New Face Prep and Glow. These are like a cleansing wipe. Now I'm going back in with one more product for Brittany's skin prep. This is the Laszlo Hydra Skin Supplement. It's basically like a hydrating toner. I love doing toners on my clients before my moisturizer. It just really lets it soak in better. And it's just going to give Brittany more hydration and soften her skin even more. So she's ready for the glow. The eye cream, this is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. Just a little bit on fingertips. And dab that under her eyes. It's going to give you really great hydration. All about hydration before makeup. I'm going with the Ilia. It's the Radiant True Skin Priming Serum. I'm just going to gently work down the Brittany's skin. This is nice because it's hydrating, it's firming, and it's smoothing. So it's kind of like an all-in-one. It's really lightweight, so I'm going to put a moisturizer on top of this too. Now, one more moisturizer, we're going to do the Xoxo Water Cream. I'm not doing really heavy creams on Brittany because she does like that super matte look, so I don't want to shock her skin with like really rich, heavy creams. I want to keep them pretty lightweight. And these are just all going to give her more hydration, more plumpness to the skin. So, Brittany expressed to me that she doesn't like the texture of her skin and she doesn't want to see like her pores. So this is one of my go-tos for concealing that. It's the Lancer Studio Filter Pore Perfecting Primer. And it really does do that. It's almost like, almost kind of fills in any pores you have or any textures or fine lines, not that you have any. But it's just gonna go and smooth your skin. And I usually just use this around the center of the face where you kind of have larger pores. We tend to have larger pores in our nose and this inner part of our cheeks. So I'll usually use this primer just here and then work it in. Going in with my final primer, this is something that you can tell I use all the time because I'm almost out of it. It's the Becca Backlit Priming Filter. This has a little bit of a glow to it. So I'm gonna focus this on the high points of her forehead, straight down her nose, along her cheekbones, and a little bit on the chin. It's going to be priming, illuminating, and a little bit more hydration. Just working that in all the areas that we're going to go back in later on and get her more glow. This is going to be like that first step. Now I'm going to start Brittany's eyes. Using one of my favorite products. This is the Nars Concealer in the color Vanilla. And Brittany loves a good carved out brow. And I'm going to kind of give her a little bit of that, but not so intense. I'm just going to lightly almost highlight underneath her brow bone and use this as her eyeshadow base, which I do all the time. I love this as an eyeshadow base. Continuing Brittany's crease, we already finished one crease color. It's just a medium soft brown all across. Now I'm going to go in with actually a highlighting palette from Laura Mercier. This one's limited edition, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can find similar colors somewhere else. I'm taking a bronze highlighting color, and I'm gonna buff that into her crease. Just for some more depth before we put her eyelid color on. So now I'm going in with a really fun product. I just got this recently from Bodyography. It's a great brand. They have these incredible glitters. This one's Celestial. And I'm just going to take my fingertip. To me, this is the best way to apply it, personally. And I'm just going to start patting that on the center of her eyelid. These are so beautiful on. I've been obsessed with them ever since I got them. They almost look wet on the eyelid. I love stuff like this when I'm going for a really glowy look. So she'll have glowy skin and then a glowy eyelid. Kind of ties the whole look together. And it's so glam. Brittany's eyeshadow is primarily done on the top, so now I'm going to go in with her eyeliner. I'm going to start with the Nude 6 Immortal Magnetic Luminous Eye Color. These are great. They're really soft pencils and they're very like pliable, so you can apply it, blend it, do whatever you want with it. So open the look down. I'm just going to start working this on her outer corner of her eye, creating like a smoky thick liner on the outer corner. I'm just working it just a little bit in. I also applied that same brown liner on the bottom lash line, gently just bringing it inward and halfway into her waterline, and then just pulling that eyeliner out as well. So now I'm going to go in and tight line Brittany's top lash line. I'm using the Ilia. It's a creamy dark brown liner in the color Dust. And I already cleaned it off, so I'm just going to kind of warm up that product on the top of my hand. And have you open the look down? This is just going to make her lashes look a lot thicker when we do individuals on top. And it's going to help to just define that lash line even more. So I'm going back to that first eyeshadow that I used to define Brittany's crease in a smaller brush. And I'm just taking that color to look up. I'm going to start to diffuse that line that we created on the bottom lash line. And I'm doing this before I do her concealer, and usually I do it the opposite way. But I kind of want this to be a little more messy and a little more blown out. And I don't want to worry about getting too much shadow on that freshly applied concealer. So I'm doing this step first, and then I'll do concealer around it. Brittany looks so beautiful in these warm brown tones. I mean, I think they're so gorgeous on everyone. And again, going back in with the same color we used on her eyelid, I'm going to take that same small brush and then you look up. And I'm just going to pop that glitter from Bodyography just right in the center. Be gentle so you don't end up popping glitter in your client's eye. Definitely very easy to do. I'm just kind of patting that color on, rather than like blending it where I would for you to fall out and probably end up blinding her a little bit. I'm going for the minimal blinding look. So now I'm breaking Brittany out of her comfort zone once again, and we're gonna do individuals. And Brittany loves like thick, beautiful, like wispy, dramatic lashes, like strip lashes. So this is going to be quite different for you, right?
I'm excited though.
Yeah, so we're doing long Ardell's. Open the look down, and I'm going to start down on the outer corner and work my way in. I love individual lashes. Now I'm taking medium length and Ardell individual lashes, and I'm going to place them in between all my large ones. So I'm gonna let her lashes fully dry before I do mascara on the top, but for now I'm gonna do mascara on the bottom lash line. I'm using one of my favorites. I use this all the time. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous, and this is the color Brown Black. And I like to do brown on the bottom lash line for most of my clients. just taking a small fan brush, this one's from MAC. Rather than going in with a disposable lash wand, this gives me more control when I'm doing the bottom lash line. And it really helps not to clump all these little lashes together, which is sometimes hard when you're using a wand like this size. So I'm just going in and really coating these bad boys. Now I'm just going in and I'm going to clean up the bottom lash line of Brittany just a little bit. Try not to remove too much of that eye cream that we used earlier. Just picking up any fallout. And just going to kind of sharpen that liner that we did earlier and just clean up the edge. And then over here, there's a little bit of glitter coming down, which is exactly why I didn't want to do my concealer first, because it is easy to get fallout, especially when you're using glitter products. Now I'm going to take my Dior Universal Highlighter and I'm just going to go back onto Brittany's cheekbones, down her nose, across her forehead, and I'm just going to pre-illuminate her even more before we start the foundation. Just give her some more glow. So Brittany, every once in a while, will do like a spray tan or like a fake tan, and it's so beautiful. And she expressed to me, she was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my tan on, I feel so pale. So we're gonna warm up her skin, down her neck, all around her skin before we do the foundation. And I'm gonna use one of my favorite products for that. This is the Beauty Blur from Vita Liberata. This is great for illuminating and also giving you a little more warmth underneath your foundation. You can mix this in the foundation too. I tend to use it just on its own as like a pre-foundation. So I'm getting around her temple. I'm gonna go straight down her neck. We tend to have much lighter necks because we don't really see the sun. So it's a nice way to warm it up. Just kind of warming up her neck and her jawline. Now I'm going to go in and pre-contour Brittany before we do the foundation. I'm using the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Sculpting Cream in Intensity 1. I always forget, I always think I got Intensity 2, but I have Intensity 1. And take that and sculpt right underneath your cheekbone. I'm just going to stipple that product in. It's going to look harsh initially, but once you put the foundation on top, it's going to help to blend all that, so it's not going to look like a stripe of contour. But I wanted to really show through that foundation, so I am going a little heavier handed with it. Make sure you work it back towards the ear, especially if your client is going to wear her hair up. The worst thing is to have like that disconnected line back there. I'm going to go a little bit on her temple, not too much. Brittany does not need a smaller forehead. She's got a perfect size forehead, so we're not trying to make it any smaller. Just kind of warming up that side of her forehead with this product rather than contouring with it. So I'm taking that same color from Tom Ford and a small pencil brush, and I'm going to pre-lip line Brittany's lips. And basically I'm just kind of reverse contouring her bottom lip line. And this is going to give her the appearance of like a fuller bottom lip. without using lip liner. We'll do lip liner after, but it's kind of like my first step for that. So just buffing that product in, just creating a nice shadow right underneath that bottom lip. Into the same color, I'm gonna go trace over her Cupid's bow. Just enhancing that lip shape even more. And then whatever's left over, I'm gonna go right in the middle and create more of a shadow between her Cupid's bow. Now I'm gonna contour her nose. I'm taking the side of this brush. I'm not going like full on with the brush. I'm just gonna take the side of it. And I'm gonna start on the bottom. And then gently bring that up. And straighten the nose. And then straight across it. It's gonna look intense now. And you're gonna buff it out once you apply the foundation. You're just creating a more narrow bridge of the nose, and you'll highlight that center and bring that out even more. So now onto foundation. I'm gonna mix the Nars, these are the Tinted Glow Boosters. They just came out in the color Light. I'm gonna mix that with the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation in 1N. Mixing those two colors on my palette. I'm just gonna use a smaller stippling brush for this. I'm gonna start it towards the center of her face. I usually start towards the center and then just bring it out. So Brittany loves her full coverage, so this might not be exactly what she's looking for, because this is more on the light to medium as we build it up coverage. Just gently buffing that in. Now I'm going to go in with one of my favorite products. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I'm going to take my clean fingertip and I'm just going to start dabbing that on the inner corner of Brittany's eye. I feel like this product is best applied with your fingertips because the brush can kind of be a little difficult to blend, I've noticed. So I just take a little bit and dab it in and kind of work that into the eye. Just brighten up that slightly darker area before we go with concealer. Color, just a little bit right on the top of her nose. And now concealer, I'm going to use that same concealer we used earlier for her eye base. This is the color Vanilla. I'm going to start by blending with the brush, and then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and buff out any of the edges or pick up any like excess product that you might leave behind. I love using a small eyeshadow brush for this because it really gets in there, and it's a great way to like buff that product in. It gives you more control too. Now that the concealer is on, I'm just gonna go back in right before I bake under her eye and make sure there's no creases, because if you start out with a crease, you're gonna bake that crease into your under eye and be stuck with it all day. So just working that product one more time and then just stay looking up. One of my favorite powders ever, it's the Laura Mercier Universal, or not Universal, it's the translucent powder. And I'm gonna go right up to the side of Brittany's nose. This is gonna enhance that nose contour. I'm gonna take this all up her cheekbone. I'm gonna get the center of her forehead. This is one spot we don't wanna have glow. It's right here in the center. Everywhere else can be glowing, illuminated, but not right here. And I like to pop that powder right above her brow bone too, or above her eyebrow, because we kind of get kind of oily in that one spot. I love this small beauty blender for this because it's small and it gets into like those tight spots. And it is damp, so it's going to really help to work that powder in and help it melt into the skin rather than just sitting on top. Now I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of powder. This is the Hydra Powder from Terry. I love this powder. And a small brush and just whatever's in my cap, which is usually a really small amount. I'm not even gonna use all of that. And I'm just going to go over just a couple more places that I want Brittany to have a little more of a matte feel. This powder is so lightweight and it is hydrating. It's not gonna feel heavy on your skin. It's not gonna take away the glow that we're trying to maintain, which is great. I love it for like around the lip line. I'm just gonna take a little bit more in the center of the forehead. Going back in to enhance Brittany's glow a little bit more. I'm doing all these glowing steps in layers basically, just so we have like a little more of a natural effect. This is from Bodyography. It's an inner glow stick, and I'm gonna use my fingertip, a clean one. I'm gonna take this more like iridescent shimmery color. It's a two-sided stick. This one's more like iridescent. And I'm just going to go over the high points of Brittany's face. So I'm gonna take that and put on the tip of her nose. And I love highlighting the center, or actually on the top of her, the bridge of her nose. I love it right there. It's so pretty, especially on camera. So gorgeous. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pop it on your cupid's bow. And I'm really being careful because I already set Brittany's makeup with powder. And so I'm not gonna go in and buff this on with a brush. I'm just gonna place it where I want because I don't wanna move that product that's underneath. And I love it on the center of the chin. It's kind of optional. Some people don't like a glowy chin. I think it's really pretty. And I think I'm gonna take my fingertip and I'm gonna put on the high point of her cheekbone. I'm really pressing that product in. Look how we love it. This is such a cool product. And it's so easy to work with. I love it as an eye base too. Like for eyeshadow, it's a great eye base. It's nice and creamy. I'm working that just up the temple. So I'm taking that same highlighting inner glow stick from Bodyography, and I'm taking the other color on the other end. It looks like a chapstick or like a glue stick, but it's really just this super pretty, it looks almost like a gloss. So I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush and a lot of that color. I'm gonna have you chin up a little bit and then look down this way. And I'm gonna get the inner corner of her eye like this. And this is just, it's really like a gloss, the way it goes on. It's so pretty. It's such a like natural way to highlight. You can use this on your lip, you can use this on top of a matte lipstick, you can use this just all over for a glossy eyelid look. And I'm going to get right above, right on her brow bone as well with this. Giving it like a glossy effect. So now I'm gonna go in with soap brows and we're gonna start doing Brittany's brows. I've always been so envious of Brittany's brows, like since I've known her, because she's got these incredible, like thick, full brows. I mean, she wakes up with brows. How amazing is that? Lucky. So I'm just going to brush them up with the soap brows. She does have thick brows that are probably not going to want to stay up with normal brow gel, so this is a great way to really get those guys up. It does take a little bit of finessing. You have to be patient with this product. I'm really just getting a lot of it in the brows and saturating them with it, and then I'll go in and really brush them up. So Brittany has soap brows in both her eyebrows now, and I'm just kind of giving them a minute to just sit and almost set. And while I do that, I'm gonna go in with her blush. And I'm mixing two liquid blushes from Nars. I'm mixing Orgasm and Luster. One's peachy, one's the classic like pinky Orgasm one. And on the top of my hand, just with a fluffy brush, for the gardeners in the background. Next up, I'm doing mascara on Brittany's top lash line. I'm using the Carbon Black L'Oreal Voluminous. And I'm just going to wiggle her lashes into the falsies and scoop them straight up. And I'm doing a black for her top lash line rather than the brown that we did on the bottom, just for a little more drama. I'm gonna go in and give Brittany even more highlight and even more glow. I'm using the Dior Backstage highlighting palette. I'm gonna mix a couple of these shades with a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna back over the top of her cheekbone, bring it above the temple. I love highlighter in this spot. Now I'm gonna hit between those one more time, because I really like to layer highlighting products, especially I think it's such a good effect if you layer them. And then back over here. Now going in with lip liner, I'm going to line Brittany's lips with the Jouer Longwear Lip Cream in the color Fawn. I love this lip liner when I'm going to do a more natural, like nude lipstick on top. So pretty. Now going back with the clean lip brush, I'm just going to blend that line and kind of work it inward into the lip. Now going with lipstick, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty matte lipstick in the color Anniversary. This is one of my favorites for nudes. I love this color. Taking it on the same brush, and I'm just going to start applying that in the center of the lip and blend it. This color is super matte, as you can see, and we're going to finish it with the gloss when we're done, so we have like that glowy effect on the lips too. Now time for gloss. This is actually one of our favorites. Brittany has it too. It's the color Stripped. It's one of the Nars glosses. This is like a vinyl one.
Velvet Glide?
Velvet Glide, yeah. Take some on the back of my hand. And this color is a little bit more nude than the lipstick, so it's gonna lighten that lipstick just a little bit. I love this gloss, it's so pretty. These are great too because they're not sticky. They almost feel like a lip cream. So now Brittany's makeup is completely on, completely set and done. I'm gonna give her one last bit of glow with the Lila B A Glow Face Mist. This is literally like glow in a bottle. So, a little bit. And voila. Glowy, bronzy, lashes, all of our favorite things wrapped into one. So that's our finished look. This was Brittany's glowy makeup makeover. Super different from what you're used to, right, Brittany?
Yep.
Do you like the
love
glowy
it.
skin?
I love it. It's totally different from what I usually do. I don't even take the time to prep my skin as thoroughly as Nikki did, and I just feel so feminine and soft and pretty.
You look so gorgeous, and it's so funny because Brittany sees me prep our my clients on set, like when we're working together. She sees me pull all the hydrators and the creams and the moisturizers and all that, and she doesn't do it herself. And I actually take the time to always do that myself in the morning, even though I'm always in such a hurry to get my makeup on because I go to work so early. But I always take that time because it'll just feel so much better. Your skin will look so much better if you take that time to prep your skin beforehand. And so yeah, I hope this look inspires you to switch up your makeup. If you're like Brittany and usually do like a really matte full coverage foundation, try this out. Like I said, this is more medium with a lot of glow, as you can see. And I hope you like it. Watch the steps and try it on yourself or your client. Bye.
Bye.